it takes a toll mentally for sure on this team. Like you feel like you may never win another point. How do they recover?
And you talk so much about momentum in volleyball and being able to have that team bonding and that team chemistry. When another team goes on a run like what Davidson has done, it makes that mental battle that much harder to be able to support each other and pump each other up and get excited and have enthusiasm when you are feeling so defeated by the scoreboard. So if I was Lewisburg right now, you really can't even look at the scoreboard and just focus on 1 point at the time rather than trying to catch this lead that Davidson has started to get.
And again, keep in mind, this is the 1A state championship. Lewisburg is undefeated this year. They've lost 8 total sets since the year began in mid-August. So they're a set down. They're 10 down in the second set. And they're shell-shocked at this moment. And another huge kill on a very tough angle by Labrador. Again, you can't help but have your eyes drawn to the sideline, and Molly Gwaltney hopping in absolute delirium to the end of the bench every time the Labrador knocks down one of those tough angle kills.
And that was just the ball before. She had gone a little bit wide on, but you could see she could tweak it just a little bit and get that ball in.
Little indecision on who is going to send that free ball across. 18-7, and there's a point for Whitney Bolton, and maybe a little extra celebration by the Warriors, which you can understand. 1 point, but they need some extra energy injected into their bodies here. And Bolton, the big heavy stomp with a foot, trying to get her team kicked forward.
Even with a 10-point lead, you see Coach Gwaltney trying to get feedback on that block of how do we stop just that 1 point. So even 10 points is not enough for her.
18-8 Davidson. Serve to Lewisburg and Sarah Foster. One of the 6 seniors on this team. Waiting for the ready for play. One of the officials is actually over at the scorers table. That's the delay. Maybe a substitution issue.
Looks like they could have been debating if this was the correct server, but looks like we're good.
Ready for play. Lewisburg down 10, and that will not clear the net. And that will not help fuel a late set rally.
Tough break whenever they really need to utilize every single opportunity they can take.
And it's not as though that is a serve to try and ace somebody and get a free point. That's just a serve and a server. You just want to make sure it's over the net in play. 19-8 Davidson. Labrador comes back to get it. Sent across to Cristofaro. Sent ahead and now across by Adrian Sullivan. Off the back row. The set, the touch across. Handled by Kendall Owens. Punched over by Davidson. Hoffman set, as does Labrador, and is punched deep.
Tough ball to get to, but she made it.
And finally, the Spartans win the point. Ample opportunities, not really great chances for Lewisburg, but they had the ball on their side 3 or 4 times with an opportunity to get the point. Didn't really assemble all that well.
And still hustling after every single ball that they can.
And now it is 20-8 in favor of Davidson, and Sarah Labrador, the junior, will serve it away. The approach, a deflection, Labrador dives to save it. That's how tough points have been to come by for the Warriors. Even when they sneak one down, the Spartans are inches away from saving it. It is now 20-9. Hartsfield serving. Labrador, the back set, and there's the kill up the right side from Kendall Owens. 21-9 at Davidson. That double block did not have time to formulate. Sub coming in for the Warriors. And meanwhile, the scoreboard here inside Reynolds Coliseum has gone to 0-0, so a good thing we have the score on our screen. And
don't think they'll start back play until they get a score back up.
It was actually off the last point as well. But frankly, I think for the Warriors fans, they may not want to have it reset until the third set kicks in.
I agree.
It's 21-9 in favor of Davidson. Now they're resetting the board.
I think Davidson may want that score.
Now they're putting the 21 points on the wrong side.
Oh no.
Well, we may have a riot inside if they don't correct that.
There we go.
I think the Lewisburg fans would take 21-21, and now they begin to deduct points. And you see the Spartans on the bench screaming in delight as points are deducted. Scoreboard is back functioning. 21-9 Davidson, second set. This will have to be sent across, and it's wide. Another leap of joy on the sideline by Molly Gwaltney. 22-9.
Especially when you're just sending a free ball over the net. You want to make sure you're trying to be aggressive with it, putting it in a place where players aren't, but at all costs, you've got to just get the ball in.
Amber Newton gets out of the way of that serve. Well long. 22-10 Davidson. And Haley Marshall, the libero, is back in for the Warriors off the bench. She will serve. Well, if you're the Warriors, you just need to get your minds right in advance of the third set.
That's not quite how you want things to play out.
23-10 Davidson. The all-conference senior Sarah Hoffman balloons one over. Marshall comes to it, but too far. A reprieve for the Warriors. Lavendorf, quick back set. Caught the tape. Hartsfield for Marshall. Hoffman to the near side, DiCristofaro. Well, Hartsfield is everywhere for the Warriors, trying to set up her teammates, and it pays off that time. It's off the left arm of Kate Hoffman.
Looked like Hoffman was a little bit moving to her right. She thought the ball was going, had to change gears back to her left, and just couldn't quite make it there in time.
Spartans lead 23-11. And a serve to Mackenzie Wood, their firecracker, according to Erica Womack. Here's the set to the wide side. Mitchell denied. Hartsfield gets to it. The running tip try no, and Saunders, oh, watch out. Trying to save, crashed her body and head into one of the media tables. Hopefully she's all right. That was a pretty clean shot, side of the head against table.
Now that's hustle. That is giving every bit of effort you've got.
Especially when you're a set down and now 13 points down. Watch this effort, and her teammates need to watch her and say, you know what, if she's going to fight that hard, we need to as well. 13 set points for the Spartans to go up 2 sets to love. There's a block, and there it is. Second set to the Spartans in dominating fashion. After rallying from 5 points down to begin the open